in this platform, but it's huge for Milano as well going into this game.
For many of these players, Milan in particular, it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They've played with only really an 8-player rotation. 6 of those players will bow out after this year. Could they win the first ever championship for an Italian team? Zalgiris the first shot, the 40% shooters through the tournament, the first one off the mark.
Quick execution by Zalgiris, took the first shot. But this was just to see how Milano played on defense. Oh, that's a great execution.
What a way to set the tone. The perfect pass from Garavaglia to the 2.20 m soaring Swigo.
Great execution by Milano coming into the game. First offense. Just like the coach drew, they executed a great screen. Good finish by Swigo.
Garavaglia, the 2.1 m forward with the pass. Swigo, the big centre, throwing it down, give an assist as well to coach Catalani, and Milan land the first 2 blows. The score from Lonati.
Lonati has been great all tournament, and he's trying to set the tone early as well. Get into the lane and finish it.
Player who made his senior Euroleague debut last month. 2.5 minutes in round 34 against Baskonia. Ceccato, the main playmaker for Milan, with the first foul.
Ceccato, not just a great passer, but he's also a great defender. He's using his long arms, always active hands on the ball.
1.3 steals a game at these finals. And 7.3 assists, coming with only 1.7 turnovers. 3-point shot again for Zalgiris. That one good for Mikalauskas to get them up and running. And he pitches it back as well, Klaas Mikalauskas. Zalgiris showing that trademark hustle. Mikalauskas behind the back, onto Currents, and Currents through the paint for the tie. Quick pass for Milan, looking to push the pace. Swigo, big man, having to show his balance on the baseline, and saves it. He's improved immensely, hasn't he?
Definitely. I mean, I remember him playing this tournament for the first time. He was struggling with the fouls, and you know, now he's more experienced. He knows what he's doing on the court. He knows his role very well.
He's got that ability to control that big body now. It's an offensive foul and a turnover on Milan. Foul on Cortellino. 2 turnovers on Milan in quick succession. So a chance for Zalgiris to take their first lead. Everything going through Mikalauskas, who's free for the 3 again, short this time. Zalgiris, the top offensive rebounding team in qualifying ahead of these finals. Of the clubs to make it here, and they grab a big one. Not shy to shoot early on, and the and one for Klaas Mikalauskas, who's taking over the first 2 minutes.
Ceccato just picked up his second. That's a huge blow for Milano right now.
A bit of ill discipline for Ceccato, picking up 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes. 3 on Milan as a team. Ceccato, we talked about him being the second best playmaker at these finals. 7.3 assists a game. A huge part of the Milan offense, a team that moved the ball for 24 assists on average. Mikalauskas has more points than Milan by himself so far. Swigo passes out, open shooter. And that is sweet string music to the ears of Milan fans.
Way to be ready for Omar Karim. He just came off the bench, first shot. He was ready to go. So it's important for this age group to be ready, coming off the bench, and they contribute right away.
Dalbaris, who didn't play at all yesterday, he answers that one and shows he's still right at it. Played 32 minutes the first 2 games. And down the left, gliding to the goal goes Lonati. 4 points for Lonati already.
especially now Cekato being out on the bench. I expect Lonati to step up a little bit more.
He's that man again.
All tournament, but we'll see him taking more responsibility.
Mikalauskas misses. He's got half of Zalgiris' points. Volley ball from Luigi Swigo.
Great job keeping his balance for a big fella.
4 for him, Milan by 1. Boyka. Stop and pop at the foul line is too long for Bulanovic. Bulanovic had a great game yesterday. 17 points after struggling the first 2 games. Swigo, when Glass couldn't convert, rebound grabbed by Dalbaris. Tight and tense, the first 4 minutes. Ilya Kurits moving it on. He's trying to emulate his brother Rodions, who won this competition in 2016 with Barcelona.
Big to big passes, bounce pass is always tough to, receive for a big guy. So it was just a sloppy play.
2 turnovers on both teams. Zalgiris have been one of the best teams at protecting the ball. It's a key part of their offense. They dropped their intensity yesterday in the dead rubber defeat against OTE, but before that, just 11 turnovers a game. Milan ahead here on that shot from Lonati, who's got 6, and they're on a 6-0 run.
And they still
take it back again, Lonati. One of a couple in this Milan team capable of doing it all. Swigo's long limbs getting there, but intercepting was Bulanovic. Transition triple from the far side in front of the bench. Off, rebound Swigo. 4 rebounds for him already, as well as 4 points.
You see, Zalgiris is, not shy of taking the first shot as soon as they come down the floor. Both teams are playing really fast and trying to find these baskets. But at some point, they're going to control the pace. These are little risky passes, especially in the final game. You want to take care of the ball a little more.
The conditions are there for Zalgiris to push the rest of this period. Milan only 1 foul to give. Zalgiris the leeway as that one rims out to play their tenacious brand of defense, having yet to commit a foul. Also, Milan's main playmaker, Cekato, on the bench. But at the moment, Milan by 3, and another turnover, Zalgiris. That's 4 already from them. And they're flooding forward. The chase back rejection, but a goaltend. Brnovic got there just a little too late.
Great defense by Milano. They after the pick and roll, they just recovered quick and stay in front of their guy. And Lonati just distributing the ball to his teammates. Great awareness of the game. I think this is his 2nd steal already. It's a championship game, especially. It's crucial to take care of the ball and know the value of it. Each possession is crucial because this is only 40 minutes that you get to play in the final. So it's not a group stage anymore. You got to be more aware of that situation and take care of the ball, no sloppy plays.
Boyka's their standout star. He's yet to get going. To the elbow, behind the 3-point line, stuck too tightly. Milan, a long defensive team. That's a great shot on the turn from Brnovic.
I really like the matchup with Boyka and Garvalia. 2 similar players, very high basketball IQ, tough guys. And they're going to go at each other all game long, and I really see that matchup going into the game.
Boyka didn't play much yesterday, but averaged 19 points the first 2 games. Garavalia is the 3rd top scorer in the competition with 21 points a game, 3rd in PIR, 8th in rebounds. 2 of the standout stars of these finals. 3-point shot is good for Lonati, who is missing nothing. 9 points in the first 6 minutes and 2 steals.
Yeah, Lonati's game has been so smooth. He's so mature and a competitive guy. He's just going to go out there and try anything to win this game. And he's been showing it so far in the first 6 minutes.
He's the top scorer here at these finals, and we're seeing why. 23 points a game, 52% 3-point shooting. 3 of 3 from 2 and hits his first three-point attempt here to give Milan the 6-point lead. They've just picked up their fourth foul on Omar Kerem. He's going to go out. Zalgiris will be happy to see the back of him for now. Here comes Milan U18 for the first time. On the left, the miss for Stombergas.
Great defense by Suigo. He just kept his hands up.
Zalgiris will upgrade to a 3 though. Kronkis hitting his first shot, hit his first 6 threes in the first game before missing one at 28 points. And Suigo showing a bit of range. We know he can shoot from even beyond the perimeter. And that is such a weapon for a 2 meters 20 forward, 2 meters 20 center. I beg your pardon.
Huge skill, you know, soft touch in the paint. You know that he could finish around the rim, but if he can add this mid-range shots into his game, it will be huge.
Kronkis misses after just hitting one. And a foul taken by Bernovic. Only Zalgiris is second. So much positivity for Milan on the offensive end. 8 assists in the first 7 minutes. 7 of 8 from 2, 2 of 3 from 3. Yet it's only a 2-possession game. Kerem winding his way through. Look out! Pinned against the backboard as the giant is denied by Stombergas. Milan's back though. As Suigo gets another go.
Good recovery by Stombergas, and then there was a miscommunication in the paint. Coach was talking about communication, but I guess this is just a lack of concentration.
Bounce pass Boyker, and Suigo putting up the defensive ceiling, but a whistle.
We emphasize a lot, especially on defense, how important communication is. Just one mistake, you know, costs you a dunk.
The foul is on U18 here. 7 is now the largest lead for Milan. And Suigo has 8 points, 4 rebounds.
And no fouls.
Crucially,
that's how I'm most impressed by him so far, because he's been struggling first couple of games. But he's doing a great job just keeping his hands up and going straight up, because he's already 220. He doesn't need to reach for the ball, do anything else. He's doing a great job so far.
Yeah, that's been the only thing that can stop Luigi Suigo at these finals, the foul trouble, averaging 4.3 fouls a game. Fouled out in the first game. Garavaglia, long range 2, pinpoint precision from him. 4 points, 3 assists for Garavaglia. Milan by 7 again. Bulanovas to Kronkis. Kronkis penetrates the paint, puts it up on the move and puts it in, and he's in the mood. 5 points since coming in off the bench.
Yes, Kronkis is a huge key player for Zalgiris, especially coming off the bench, changing things up, playing great defense, creating for his teammates. He's already got 5 points.
Kerem on the bounce up high, not too high for Suigo, who will get above the hoop to put it in for 10 first period points.
Zalgiris has been struggling guarding the pick and roll defense, rotation in the back.
Kronkis to the line to try to add to his 5. Luigi Suigo averaging a dominant 12.3 points, 6.3 rebounds, 1.7 steals, 3 blocks a game in 20 minutes. He's been shooting 88% from 2. And crucially here, as we've been talking about, staying out of foul trouble and dominating the championship game now. But Zalgiris, in typical club fashion, and keeping it close. Kronkis will make it a 2-possession game again.
Coach Rokas mentioned in the timeout that, you know, any pick and roll which is far away from the basket, they're going to go under. And if it's close to the arc, three-point line, I think they're going to show. But they're just lacking concentration on the rotation side in the back. Now they did a great job.
As we go with a bit of a soft touch pass, trapped on the baseline though. He wants it back in the post up against Bulanovas. Gets it now, and a foul straight away. Zalgiris, crucially, had that foul and one more to give.
Yes, but again, we mentioned about the awareness of the shot clock. There was only 3 seconds left, and, you know, I'd be okay, big man catching the ball there, 3 seconds left. You know, this is the only shot he could take, turnaround jumper, and I would take it any day, rather than fouling and giving them another 14 seconds. But it's just awareness of the game, and these guys will learn along the way.
What a crucial part of the learning curve. This is the championship game for these players for the first time, picked off by Mikalauskas. Down the floor and rising to rock the rack is Stombergas, and Zalgiris are back within 4.
Great job by Stombergas, just running on the floor. First guy, your big guy is running the first guy. It's huge.
How about that from Lenarti, who's had a bit of time on the bench, but right back at it. He takes it out 2 and converts. Lenarti with 11 points in the first period. Swigo with 10. And Milan have put up 28.
I don't know what happened there. It's Milan ball now.
Zalgiris have committed 5 turnovers. Lenarti getting free for the 3, and of course he makes it count. He's unplayable right now, Achille Lenarti, and he's got 14 first quarter points.
Very, very impressive. What a concentration and focus coming into the final game. Where he left off, he's just continued to grow and grow. Incredible.
14 points in a quarter in 9.5 minutes. In fact, for him, only 7 minutes on court. To put that in perspective, he leads all scorers with 23 points a game. 14 in 7 minutes here. A chance for Milan to open up the first double-digit lead of the championship game. Quick chance from Kurritz, deflecting the pass. Here comes Mikalauskas. 5 points, 3 assists, 2 steals for him. 6 to shoot here. Boyka. Bulanovas. Plenty of threes yesterday, and a big one today to beat the first quarter buzzer from Bulanovas.
Being in the game is a huge factor for them, and not picking up easy fouls. So everything works out right now for Milano team.
Here he is looking to shoot the 3, and he gets his first of the tournament at 2 meters 20. Luigi Swigo knocks down an outside shot.
Well, he didn't think twice shooting that 3. Maybe it was something that was talked about in the timeout or coming into the second quarter. But great job, great focus by Swigo.
He's only getting better and better. And adding so many things to his game. Boyka, non-existent so far as a scorer.
Got to give credit to Gargalia's defense. He's doing an amazing job.
Got to give credit to Bulanovas' shooting. After 0 of 10 the first 2 games, 5 yesterday and 2 now today.
2 in a row.
Strong attack down the left rail, frustrated with himself for not converting Lenarti, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Keep putting pressure on the defense, you know. He's a great threat outside of the behind the arc, but also it's easy for him to get in the lane and finish it around the rim. He just picked up the foul. Go to the free throw line. Just he's an all-around player. I think incredible teammate as well.
Lenarti and Swigo in a battle to be the top scorers for Milan here. Both lighting it up in the first half. Lenarti with 16, Swigo with 30. Boyka. Only taken 1 shot so far. Boyka determined to get going up against Garavaglia, held up again.
Great defense. Now they switch.
Shoots the three.
Forcing a tough shot.
Tries to get back on defense as well, but Youssef was faster and got to the goal to give Milan the 10-point lead.
Good finish by Youssef, but you gotta give credit to Sugo. Outlet pass. As soon as he grabbed the rebound, he just looked ahead and give an easy pass. Another great defensive play by Milano.
Youssef checking the rear view mirror, all pumped up, punches it home in the paint, and Milan are running riot here in the championship game, up by 12. Mikalauskas, can Zalgiris stand the heat of the Italians? Current offensive rebound, misses though. Zalgiris have to remain composed here and stick to doing what they do.
Well, this is their character though. They will never give up. We've seen it. We've witnessed that they came back from 15, 20 point deficit, so they can easily do it. It's not a big deal for them. They're just gonna keep working the game for 40 minutes.
Zalgiris came from 20 down to beat Asvel in qualifying. They came from 11 down to beat Inset in game one here, from 9 down to beat Madrid. Looking to show that Kaunas character again. Mikalauskas, fouled, will go to the line to try to add to his 5 points. Coach Kondratavic's his team do not know when to quit. There's a long, long way to go in this one.
Cekato is coming back with 2 fouls.
And that's really impressive that Milan are in this position with Cekato, their leading playmaker, having only played 2 minutes. We talk about him being their creator-in-chief. Yet without him, 31 points in the first period, 40 already in the game, and 13 assists for the team.
Again, Youssef and Omar Karim, they've done a great job coming off the bench and contributing on both ends of the floor, in spite of Cekato being on the bench. Now we'll see Cekato can contribute a little with 2 fouls. Not picking up his 3rd before going to the halftime.
Denial from Currents. Zalgiris digging deep to find their defense. Gronkis forced away by the huge frame of Swigo. Wants to retreat and attack deep from beyond the perimeter. He can certainly do that. Gronkis now battling his way towards the basket, puts it in. Tough bucket up against Cekato, who came back in, didn't want to commit that 3rd foul.
Yeah, it's a smart move by Gronkis. Just go at him because he's got already the 2 fouls. He's going to be a little softer.
Double team on Swigo, baseline sneaker on it, and a turnover on Milan. Zalgiris showing those signs of recovery, showing that stiffness on defense. Gronkis drops it off Currents, and he is fouled. So Currents to the line. It's a key part of Zalgiris' offense. Made more free throws than any other team in qualifying, and they'll take their 8th and 9th here.
They play with 2 guards now, and they rely on pick and roll offenses so much that works, and at least gets them to the free throw line for easy baskets. I think they're going to take it. Zalgiris is going to take advantage of having 2 guards, 2 high IQ basketball players on the court right now.
They've got to make him. Current splits the pair. They're 6 of 8. Down by 8, having trailed by 12. Cekato into Angeletti. It's Lonati. Oh, the points even drying up for him for a brief time. His first miss of the game, having had 16 perfect points before that. Encouragement still for Zalgiris here in the second, and Gronkis with another tough basket has 10 points in around 6 minutes, and Zalgiris have halved a 12-point deficit.
This is their character. I'm not really surprised the way they handled the situation when they were down. this is what they do. So don't sleep on them.
You expect it from Zalgiris. It's sewn into their fabric as a club from senior level right the way down. And here they come again. Kronkis, three-point shot. Brnovic in front of the bench gets them back within 3 points.
Blink of an eye, they're just back in the game. This is what this Zalgiris team is about.
Kronkis dropping it off, having done all of the scoring before that. And Brnovic puts it in from deep, forcing the timeout on coach Catalani and Milan. They brought their very best, but so too have Zalgiris. From 12 down to within 4.
Oh! Well, Kronkis has been a nightmare for Cekato, you know. He's pressuring the ball, attacking him on him. Oh, on the other side of the court. This is a great steal. I don't know where the foul is. Kronkis is doing a great job.
Second foul on Kronkis. Garavalia shoots the outside shot short, and Zalgiris could look to get within 1 possession here. The previous basket before the timeout was a 2 rather than a 3, so for the deficit. Kronkis to the line again, drawing the defense. This one is a 3, and it's good for Mikalauskas, who checked his feet, put it in with the bench on its feet.
Yeah, Mikalauskas and Kronkis on the 2-point guards, 2 smart guys at the same time on the court. It's a huge luxury for Zalgiris team.
They're doing it with Boyka on the bench, their star scorer through the tournament and through the season, who's been suffocated here. Instead, it's Kronkis and Mikalauskas, who combined for 19 of Zalgiris' 39 points.
Seems like Zalgiris found the right lineup right now, and Kronkis being behind the steering wheel, making things happen for his teammates.
Lenati, that's another miss for him. After 6 straight makes, 2 straight misses. And Zalgiris from 12 down, a chance to take the lead here in the championship game. Kronkis, 10 points, 3 assists for him. Directing traffic from centre court. He'll go at Cekato, who's on those 2 fouls. Oh, ties him in knots and puts it in and 1. What's the call?
It's an offensive foul, but unbelievable move by Kronkis. I mean,
this is 3rd foul.
Great job by Kronkis getting into the lane and finish it. I don't know. Yeah.
Wow. He thought he'd put the 3rd foul on Cekato. Instead, he gets the 3rd foul for himself and goes to the bench.
Wow, that's a huge blow, I guess, for before the second half. You got to have Kronkis on the court right now, but unfortunately with 3 fouls.
Well, Swigo somehow forced in.
I mean, you want Buka to step up right now. They really need him really bad. Create for easy baskets. Let's see if he can get him to the ball.
Kurtz faking one handoff, providing another. Mikalauskas the miss. Offensive rebound again. Boyka gets some freedom and makes the most of it.
This is what they need. They need him to score the ball. Again, look at this Zalgiris bench. I mean, they want this really, really bad. It's the culture of this organization.
And listen to those Zalgiris fans behind the bench as well. They're level from 12 down, and they have the ball back and a chance for the lead. Kurtz, Boyka on the move, skipped out. Dalbaris wouldn't go down. Offensive rebound again. Kurtz comes away with it. That's 5 for Zalgiris now. Boyka coming back in off the bench, looking to pick up where Kronkis left off, kicks it out. 3-point shot, Bulanovas, short. Offensive rebound number 6, and a fresh 14. They've got Milan rattled right now. Boyka backing in, up against Lenati. Shoots the fadeaway. Swigo just about did enough. So Milan, who had 31 points in the first period, held to 11 here in the second, and most of those came early. It's currently a 14-2 Zalgiris run.
Well, Milano, they got to do a better job sharing the ball on the offensive side. Lonati has been a little cold at the...
Swigo, perfect pass.
This is his third shot that he missed after making his 6 in the beginning, but they need him to shoot the ball. I mean, these are all great shots. It's just not falling in.
Mikalauskas, Boyka, Kurtz travels. He's hesitated on the 3 a couple of times, Kurtz. It's not his game, and he turns it over.
But you see Boyka just encouraging his teammate to shoot the ball when he's open. It's great, you know, having the support of your teammate to tell you to shoot the ball when you're open rather than turning the ball over. It's a great leadership by Boyka.
42-42, approaching the final 2.5 minutes. This is a long 2 if it goes, and it does for the lead again for Milan from Jakarta. That's his first shot. Limited by foul trouble early on. Milan get back in business, their first score in a while. Turnover, Zalgiris again, a couple in quick succession. Made a huge push with Grunkis on the floor to close that 12-point gap. He picked up his 3rd foul. He did get level with Boyka. They've just taken their foot off the gas now. Nine turnovers for Zalgiris, 8 now though for Milan. Second on Swigo. Boyka, far side, Mikalauskas, another in front of the bench for the lead.
Same exact play.
From 12 down, the comeback kings of Kaunas at it again.
Same exact play. Milano needs to do a better job communicating on the back screens. Ooh,
Swigo forced into the travel, so 3 turnovers on him now. He looked unplayable in the first period.
He's just got to take his time. You know, he's too big down there. Just take your time when you have the ball. Just don't rush things.
13 points in the first, only 2 here in the second for Swigo. Dalbaris up fake, great composure to beat 2 opponents, including the 2m20 center.
Great job by Zalgiris, just working the game slowly, step by step, not rushing things. But Lonati on the other side, carrying his team, finding his rhythm back maybe after missing 2-3 shots back to back.
He's 3 of 6 on the outside now, has 19 first half points. 47-47. Final minute of the first half approaching. Boyka on the dribble. This is one of their role players picking up the ball past Daitis for the first time. And another turnover, the 10th of the half for Zalgiris, but one right back again from Milan.
Just an unselfish play, but you got to read it sometimes. You're wide open, you got to finish that.
4th turnover on Garavalia, who's the leading creator in the game with 6 assists to forward, with Jakarta having struggled with fouls. Look at that move, that composure in a championship game from the 17-year-old Dalbaris.
The deficit and back in the game.
Mikalauskas has been excellent as well. 12 points, 3 assists, 2 steals for him. He's handling the ball with Boyka off ball, and another turnover for Zalgiris. More than their average through this tournament until yesterday in the first half here against Milan, who retake the lead.
11 turnovers for both teams in the first half. that's not really for the final game. It's a little bit too much. Got to take care of the ball a little bit more. These unforced turnovers might cost you the game at the end. So
post up here, final 3 seconds of the shot clock. Delightfully done again from Zalgiris. Once more showing that composure on the edge of the paint to find Currents for the simple score. It's Lunardi up high. Swigo for the lead in emphatic fashion as he beats the buzzer with a big one.
Great pass by Lunardi. Good finish by big fella Swigo.
Fireworks at the finish of the first half of this championship game here at the Adidas Next Generation Europe.
His game in the second half really create for his teammates and create for his own shot. They really need him to be more involved.
Boyka, the number 24, gets it backdoor cut. Good off-ball movement, gets to the line for 2, right on cue.
First offense for Boyka and gets the foul. Will be at the free throw line. It's a good execution by Zalgiris team.
9 free throws for his team in the first half. 2 more to come right at the start of the second here. Boyka, 19 points a game in those 2 wins. But only 3 points here on 1 of 4 shooting. Despite playing 16.5 minutes. Credit the Milan defense. Having said that, the first game against Incep, he had 4 points at half-time. He finished with 24.
Yes, players like him, you know, once they get in the rhythm, it's going to be tough to stop him because he's got the ability to score from anywhere on the court. And if he finds his rhythm, it's going to be easy. Everything is going to be easy and open up for him.
They get it back off for a missed foul shot from Boyka and a chance to take the lead here. Boyka, pull-up 3 over the top of Swigo, went glass, didn't go down. Milan looking to run and gun. Held up by Zalgiris' transition defense. And a whistle before the basket. In terms of foul trouble, nobody for Milan on more than 2 fouls.
So we see Omar Karim here. He's doing a great job, you know, because Chakato is on the bench right now, and replacing him is not easy, but Omar Karim is doing a great job, doing all the little details, playing defense, and on the offensive side, just creating trouble for Zalgiris defense, as you see here.
Swigo's pass underside of the backboard, turnover. Zalgiris have 3 fouls each on Brnovic and Grunkis. Now we get the second foul on Milan in this quarter.
Great help, great help.
Zalgiris has had a really solid performance so far over his 13 minutes. Currents. Boyka. Can he take over a second half again in a big game? Zalgiris, the handoff. Bulanovic puts it up. Hotly contested by Lunardi. Zalgiris grab it again. 7 offensive rebounds for them. Mikalauska's footwork from the elbow, tying the Giant in knots and floating it in. How about the moves from Kaius Mikalauskas?
What a move, what a move. Playing against 220 guy. Just get him off the feet and take advantage of it. It was a smart play by Mikalauskas.
He's got 14 points now to lead Zalgiris, as well as a team-high 4 assists and a couple of steals. Already looking like his best game of these finals, the number 4. He's 3 of 3 from 2, 2 of 5 on the perimeter. Zalgiris by 1. Second foul on Currents, picked off here by Bulanovic, but they lost it. Lunardi and Swigo, and Lunardi, touch pass from the big man, but they couldn't convert. And Bulanovic misses the target that time.
Quick shot again. As soon as first pass, they decide to shoot the ball. I mean, this is their game. They make some, they miss some, but they gotta get stops on the defensive end right now. It's a great pass by, great awareness of Swigo.
Now Barris with a block. He's got a couple of offensive rebounds as well and 5 points. Lunardi gets free, pulls the trigger, falls short, rebound reached by Currents. Mikalauskas. Forced back, plenty of time on the shot clock here, but pressured defense right towards centre court. Ulanovas, he lost it, tries to recover it, scrapes and scratches down on the hardwood. As you'd expect in a championship game, and a jump ball is the call. Possession to Milan.
Good help here by Ceccato. Great job just diving on the floor. You see, I mean, all these guys fighting for the ball. It just shows us how bad they want this game. It's important for all guys on the court.
Ceccato. Lenarti. The floater over the top. Grabs his own rebound, but he was on the baseline. And I think nobody else touched it before he grabbed it.
His foot was on the line before. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, he's on the baseline.
Yeah, he was on the baseline. He didn't clear it before he touched the ball. Make sure both feet are inside of the lines before you touch the ball.
Boyka. Brunkus remains on the bench. Mikalauskas has taken over as the main ball handler. Pulls up just beyond the elbow, misses the shot. Offensive rebound number 9 for Zalgiris. Boyka the 3. Make it 10 offensive boards. Boyka swivels, footwork, fade, soft touch finish would have 4 offensive rebound again for Currents, and Zalgiris dominating the Milan backboard.
We talk about the rebounds again. One thing that Suigo is doing wrong, he's got to box his man out. It really doesn't matter if you're 220 or 180. You got to box your man out. Otherwise, they're going to push you around and just get the rebound. So don't go for the ball. Box out first.
Ulanovas to double the lead, and from 12 down, Zalgiris lead by 6, having held Milan scoreless so far here in the third.
Great job moving the ball for Zalgiris.
That'll be their 4th foul.
But obviously, as you mentioned, the offensive rebound, that all the rebounds, 12 rebounds that they grab is making a huge difference for them. They always follow the ball. Even if they miss it, they send a couple guys to the board and try to get the second chance point, which really worked out for them, especially in the second half. 12 offensive rebounds.
Ulanovas with another 3. He's just picked up his 2nd foul. 14th foul, crucially, after only 3.5 minutes of the period, but Zalgiris will still battle away and protect their own backboard. And they're doing this with Boyka only scoring 4 points and 1 of 6 shooting as well. Dalbaris fakes their handoff, goes alone and gets fouled, Milan's 3rd. He's 17 years of age, Dominicas Dalbaris. Played 32 minutes the first 2 games, didn't play yesterday. Looking fresh and in the mood.
It's a huge luxury when you're a big guy, handle the ball this way and reading the defense and attacking it. It's usually you expect them to play behind the basket, but now he's facing up and taking advantage of his ability to put the ball on the floor and get into the lane. It's a great move by Dalbaris.
You know, you love to see him back and playing at this level and taking his game to the next level, because he missed all of last season with a knee injury. And here he is performing in a championship game. Zalgiris by 7, their first 3-possession lead. Milan 4 minutes without a score here in the second half. After 31 points the first period, 20 in the second. Inside, Garavalia couldn't convert, and they're still scoreless. A 9-0 Zalgiris run. Can they stretch it to double figures here? Mikalauskas back out, 3-point shot is huge, doesn't go down though for Dalbaris. Ceccato, Garavalia, Lonati, 19 first half points for him, too high even for Suigo, and Milan have completely lost their rhythm.
They did, they really did, but you know, Zalgiris came out and played hard in the second half, and how they share the ball, go for offensive rebounds. they read it. They just read the game and play how they're supposed to play. They're doing a great job executing their plays on the offensive end. And defensively, they're just having the active hands, helping each other and communicating. Those are the things that they were missing in the first half, but they're now doing a great job coming in from the halftime.
Great effort from Coach Kondratavic's team to increase the intensity the longer this game's going on. Gronkis will come back in for the first time in a long time, having been the game changer when Zalgiris were 12 down in the first half. Back in on 3 fouls.
Yes, he's got 3 fouls. He's an aggressive player. He's still going to be aggressive, but he's got to be a little smarter with the fouls now. He's got to stay in the game. He still have 15 minutes.
Boyka's still struggling. You love that Mikalauskis has done well in taking over that responsibility from Gronkis, but off the back of Boyka's turnover, Milan come forward and after 5 minutes of the second half get their first score. 21 now for Lonati. Gronkis, floater up high, helping hands from Kurtz.
As soon as he came in, he attacked Chakato and create for his teammate for an easy lob. Gronkis' awareness is really impressive.
Turn around jumper from mid-range off for Swigo. And we talked about it at half-time. This is the first period of the game in which Zalgiris have been the better team when Swigo's on the floor. So figuring out that issue as well. Lonati with their first score, but Gronkis up to Kurtz to get Zalgiris back up by 7. It's an 11-2 third period in favour of the Lithuanians so far. Gronkis directing traffic from centre court. 10 points, 4 assists in just over 8 minutes of action for him now. Faces Swigo. Fearless down the baseline, push back beyond the perimeter. Now has to shoot the long-range 3. It's a tough shot over a big man. I want to pick up on the three-point shooting volume of Zalgiris because they've taken as many 3s as 2s here. That's part of the Swigo effect. And crucially, though, that's one of Zalgiris' main weapons.
Yes, as you see, they sometimes run in the lane, taking the first shots as 3. This is their game, though. They make some, they miss some, but as long as they go for offensive rebounds, they recover from the misses as well.
Kurtz! The burst down the baseline, and that lit the fuse to detonate the dunk. Zalgiris by 9 from 12 down. Another almighty swing for a club synonymous with upsetting the odds. Kurtz up to 11 points, 7 boards, 5 offensive boards, a couple of steals and a block shot.
Third quarter is crucial. You know, you come out and ready to play, set the tone in the second half, and this is what Zalgiris did. And they're up by now, right now.
Caravalia, far side, they get a wide open 3, and it's well short, grabs his own rebound, and will go to the line for a pair here. Youssef, who's got 4 points and a couple of steals so far in 9 minutes. Zalgiris now at the foul limit for the period. 3 on Kurtz. So he joins Brnovic and Gronkis on 3 fouls. Coach Catalani's team looking to get that scoreboard ticking over again. Only 4 second half points. 2 crucially from the foul line. Bulanovas free for the 3, and he makes it count. Now, he shot only 20% in qualifying, but he took 5 attempts a game. He took 5 attempts a game and missed them all the first 2 games here. Then yesterday, he showed us why he's taking that many attempts, and he's at it again today.
This is what shooters do. They never stop shooting the ball and believing in themselves. All the work he puts in, and pays off right now in the most crucial time of the finals.
You love that belief in his own shot. 5 of 8 yesterday, 4 of 6 today for Bulanovas.
Not how you start, it's how you finish, right?
Grunkis drawing a reach in. Zalgiris out the line, looking to go up by double figures. Bulanovas' 3 was Zalgiris' 9th of the game on 24 attempts.
Grunkis has been impressive for Zalgiris team. You know, his presence on the court, he makes everything easier for his teammates, defensively and offensively. He's a great contributor on the offensive side, but defensively just helping his teammates, always pressure on the ball, you know, always ready coming off the bench. He's a great character.
He goes 1 of 2, so the largest lead for Zalgiris remains 9. Wriggling free and putting it in was Garavaglia. Garavaglia averaging 21 points, only 8 for him so far here, but he's been more of a playmaker. 6 assists, albeit with 4 turnovers. Bulanovas with the hot hand, misses. Kurtz, another offensive rebound. Garavaglia picks it up though and pushes the pace. The stop and the pop 3 in transition, doesn't drop. Karem with his 3rd shot on the outside. And Kurtz, get out of here, says Garavaglia. Wiping out his opponent mid-air, leaving Kurtz in a heap beyond the baseline. And now they get the free shooter in the corner, but the shots are not dropping for Milan. Despite their troubles here in the 3rd quarter, it's only a 7-point game.
Good recovery by Garavaglia on the defensive end. It's a huge block.
A chance to cut the deficit to 5 here, with Youssef at the line again where he's just made a pair. First block of the game for Milan, who really did use their athleticism aggressively on defense in the group stage. Averaged 5.7 blocks, 8.7 steals as well. They've got 9 steals here, so they're doing it in that regard. They're an athletic two-way team. 8 points for Youssef as well as a couple of those steals. 5 the gap, 2 to play in the 3rd. Grunkis in the driver's seat again for Zalgiris. Don't forget about Michalauskas. That's been the key combination for them. Dalbaris draws the double. Open shot, Michalauskas.
Another offensive rebound
from the guard, who balances the baseline well. Grunkis, he'll go down the left, kicks it out of her pack. Michalauskas. That is the combination for the club from Kaunas.
Wow.
6th assist for Grunkis. 3rd 3 for Michalauskas, who's got 17 points in 21 minutes. It's an offensive foul. And the chance for Zalgiris to take a double-digit lead.
Oh, that's a great defense. That's a great defense by Grunkis. Not using his hands, just buddy him up. It's a right call. It's a right call. Great defense.
Out goes Karem. Michalauskas. The ball going through multiple hands for Zalgiris. Really turning the screw on the Italians here. Held up Michalauskas. 6 to shoot here. Parsdaitis off to Bulanovas from the foul line short. Milan really contesting that one well.
Good job boxing out. Suigo did a great job boxing out and keeping Schombergers away from the basket.
And Youssef, the quick score. So Zalgiris missing a couple of opportunities to make it a 10-point lead. Instead it's 6. Milan fighting to stay close. Michalauskas. Bulanovas Barsdaitis on the outside, too long. Big rebound, wrestled down by Grassi.
This is a type of foul you want to avoid. You know, there's 18 seconds left on the shot clock. You're in the bonus, and these are just not the smartest fouls. But these guys want it so bad. You see 4 guys around the ball, but you just send them to the free throw line for easy two free throws.
And the foul on the attempt to grab the offensive rebound is a defensive foul because the team does not have possession. So a trip to the line for Milan. We've not been there too often. Only had 2 free throws the whole of the first half, but they've taken 6 now in the third quarter. And 7 of 8 altogether. Zalgiris with plenty of time to manufacture the final shot of the third period, up by 5 points. They want to manage the clock and not leave Milan any time in which to respond. Grunkis certainly capable of doing that. 11.6 assists, 2 turnovers so far. Grunkis working with Stombergas, burst to the basket. Tough shot for him against Swigo. They grab it again though, no time for Mikalauskis on the turn. But 16 offensive rebounds for Zalgiris, only 3 for Milan.
That's why Zalgiris feeling really comfortable shooting the first ball. You know, as soon as they come down the floor, maybe they can take the first shot. They know that they're going to go get the offensive rebound for a second chance. They feel comfortable shooting that first shot.
They've taken 12 extra field goal attempts and 7 extra free throws in this game. That comes off the back of their hustle on the window. Three-point shot for Milan at the start of the fourth. Remember, they've begun the third with a big drought. That one off for Youssef. Boyka, only 4 points, only 1 field goal. But Zalgiris is showing they're a real team on the offensive end, spreading it around, even with their top scorer through the tournament struggling still.
Good aggressivity though. I mean, these are all acceptable fouls, you know. This is only the first foul of the fourth quarter, so you got to show this aggressivity.
Boyka could yet be the hero. Outside shot, Bulanovas says, I will take that honor. 5 of 8 from downtown for 17 points.
Incredible, you know, he's been an X factor for this game. Just showing up in the finals. The way he's shooting is really impressive so far. Great defense by Stombergas.
Stombergas as if up off a trampoline in the paint, running the floor at the other end. Give Swigo credit for sticking to him.
What a block here. Good timing. Just swat it away.
Boyka banks it in. Boyka just his second field goal. And Zalgiris have their first double-digit lead of the game. It comes with only 9 minutes to play.
Caravaggio has been amazing on the defensive end, stopping Boyka. But if he gets involved, it's going to be much harder for Milano to stay in the game.
Now, Swigo had 17 points in the first half. That's his first score of the second half. Grunkis, foul on the floor.
Ceccato just picked up his third. I mean, it's been a rough day for him to stay in front of Grunkis. Grunkis really giving him a hard time right now.
Boyka. Oh, it's a push-off and an offensive foul.
Great defense by Ceccato. In spite of just picking his third foul, he's just staying in front of the ball, didn't use his hands, just body him up. Great job.
Second foul on Boyka, first on Zalgiris in the fourth quarter. Milan looking to make it a two-position game again, having trailed by 10. 5 on the shot clock here. Jakarta, Swigo a long way from the basket. Garavaglia on the turn, hit every inch of the iron before dropping.
Tough shot, but he knew that shot clock was going down, so he had to shoot it. Great job converting it.
Boyka. Always big scoring swings when Zalgiris play. It seems Boyka did well to avoid the travel as he slips. Trying to get away from Swigo. Poked out of the pocket of his teammate and a whistle. It's like the inset game. Zalgiris were down 11 in that game. Then they were up by 10 with 4 minutes to play, and it went to overtime before they won. A similar situation here. They've been down by 12. They've led now by 10 in the fourth quarter. Milan looking to close the gap.
They did exactly the same thing against Asvel in the qualification games. And now I wonder if they do this on purpose just to give 10-15 points advance to the other team and come back at the end to surprise everybody. But this Zalgiris team has been really fun to watch.
They're a team that showed their tough mentality in so many ways. They lost that 10-point lead against INSEP on a three-pointer with 18 seconds to play, and they shook it off to win in overtime. 8 the lead here. Bulanovas up to 19 points. He's the top scorer for the Lithuanians. Only a couple behind Lonati now, who only had 2 points in the second half after 19 in the first, but Garavaglia's turn to pick up the scoring slack.
Great job after pick and roll. Big fella saw the help is coming and made the extra pass. Simple play for Milano. This is how they're supposed to play. Just move the ball and read it. Read the defense.
Lonati with a block, showing he's far from just all about his offense. He's got a couple of steals and a block shot now as he stops Mikalauskas. Still Zalgiris ball with 10 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Mikalauskas to inbound. That's a tough pass. Right back to Kurtz though. Zalgiris get another go. Boyka.
They reset the shot clock, I think.
Yeah, it went back to 24. It's great to see a big crowd here for this big game. So many VIPs, former players, legends. We've seen Dejan Bodiroga, Paulus Moteunas watching on from courtside here. Paulus Yankunas, the all-time leading rebounder, is here. Kyle Hines, the all-time leading offensive rebounder, is here. Marius Grigonis also came through the Zalgiris Juniors program, as did the now club president. Yesterday we saw Donatas Moteunas here, who was the MVP when Zalgiris last won it in 2007.
It's amazing seeing all these legends and former players and presidents, CEOs, GMs just showing love and support to youth and watching these guys, and hopefully, you know, deciding for these guys' futures as well. You know, these are the guys that we're going to play in the, hopefully in the Euroleague and the NBA in the future.
And one of those names, Milan superstar Lonati, hits his first 3 of the second half as they close a 10-point gap to just 2 and force a timeout on Rokas Kondratavicius and Zalgiris.
Yeah, last 2 offense on the Milano, they just move the ball, read the defense, play the pick and roll.
Lonati back at it now. Up to 24 points to lead all scorers in the game. 4 of 8 from downtown.
This is his time. I mean, he's got to step up and take the responsibility and get this game for Milano. And on the other hand, we have Gronkis, you know, Zalgiris doing a great job, and let's see Buiko if he's going to get involved. But Carvalho is doing a great job just containing him.
Off the back of the timeout, the turnover.
All game long, he was just right next to him, in front of him, giving a hard time for Buiko to find an easy basket, and even don't let him receive the ball.
Kronkis tight defense on the sideline, thought it was Zalgiris possession, pleading with the official. That tight defense coming, having had 3 early fouls. It was close to a turnover from Carvalho as well. Good balance from him.
Again, another pick and roll play. Let's see if they can execute, read it. They read the mismatch.
Swigo versus Boyka. Couldn't find the finish on the reverse. And Boyka takes a hit. That'll be 4 fouls on Milan after 4 minutes of the 4th.
Zalgiris still only has 1 foul and have 3 fouls to give before bonus. They're going to be more aggressive probably on the defensive end.
That plays right into Zalgiris' hands, who like to be aggressive on defense and like to get to the line to shoot free throws. Any further fouls from the Milan defense, the rest of the game will send Zalgiris to the line. Boyka succeeding in getting a defensive stop against Swigo. Guard against giant center. He's a big guard at 198, Boyka. Up against Carvalho. Gets the switch onto Swigo. Boyka in towards the paint. He'll hang, won't hit. Swigo touches it to his teammate. Chikato to settle it down. Only 4 points, 3 assists for him so far, struggling with foul trouble. Chikato moves it on again. Swigo, this time up against an even smaller opponent in Milan, who takes the foul.
And Buiko is a great player, you know, important key player for Zalgiris, but maybe they could use Kronkis or Milan more to initiate the offense and create for Buiko on the off-ball situations, because they've been struggling last couple of offenses with Buiko. Milano has done a great job containing Buiko's offense.
He's got those 3 players on court at the same time for this important juncture of the game. Zalgiris, Kronkis, Boyka and Michalauskas. So often it's been 2 of the 3. So they've got a bit smaller. Currents at the 4, Dalbaris at the 5. A couple of fouls in quick succession on them, so only 1 to give now the rest of the game. Kronkis picks up number 4. So he might come out soon and be preserved for the final couple of minutes perhaps. Boyka grabs it. And he's fouled at centre court as he looked to throw it up to the basket.
Yeah, that's 2 shots again. They're in bonus. You don't want to really foul in half court.
He's trying to buy that extra free throw. But it's going to be 2.
See the frustration. Carvalho's face.
And Chikato has picked up his 4th foul, so there's 3 players on 4 fouls from Milan now. Youssef, Cortellino and Chikato. Kronkis on 4 for Zalgiris. Chikato to the bench. Into the final 5 minutes. Zalgiris by 3. Touch tight and tense here in the Adidas Next Generation Euroleague Championship game. Carvalho up against Michalauskas. Short on the shot, Boyka. 7 rebounds for Boyka now. There's an unsportsmanlike foul called against Milan. That happened off ball. It's on Carvalho.
I mean, you know, it's a physical game, but you got to control your emotions. You know, this is a crucial time of the game. You're playing the finals. It's okay. This is, you know, you learn from your mistakes, but obviously in the final game, you don't want to really get this foul. Control your emotions.
What a game Ilya Kurits is putting together here as well, as he splits the pair. He's got 12 points, 9 rebounds, 6 offensive rebounds, 3 steals and a block. And level with Grunkis as the best plus-minus of all players for Zalgiris at +9 in his 27 minutes. Here he is now, Kurits. Zalgiris. Back to Kurits again. Can he hit a 3? Yes, he can, right on cue. Ilya Kurits up to 15 points in Zalgiris by 7 with 4 to play.
What a game Ilya having. It's you know, we didn't really mention his name so much, but he was all over the floor today. Did everything, whatever his team needed. You see 15 points, 6 offensive rebounds, total of 9 rebounds, 3 steals, and 1 block shot.
The under-the-radar superhero.
He is. He really is.
Zalgiris. Grunkis lost it as he bumped his opponent. Now 3-on-2 for Milan, and they can fly. An important quick score as Lonati hits 26, but they still trail by 5. Not the time for a turnover if you're Zalgiris. Their 19th turnover of the game. Need to protect it better this time. Boyka, the man for the big shot. In games gone by, misses this one. Nice fake turn, not the finish from Zalgiris. Still Zalgiris possession with 11 on the shot clock, make it 14 after it resets.
Again, there are multiple guys from Zalgiris trying to get the offensive rebound. Total of 21 offensive rebounds by Zalgiris.
That makes up for the 19 turnovers.
Yeah.
They've had 3 extra turnovers, but 17 extra offensive rebounds at 21-4. Boyka, the big shot. Inevitably so from Dovydas Boyka, who has made a habit of doing that. But here in the championship game, having gone just 2 of 10 before that one, he steals the spotlight.
He just gets a second, the mismatch after getting rid of Garavalia's defense. He found Suigo in front of him and just punished him right away. He see the big guy with the mismatch right now.
Still only a 3-possession lead with 3 minutes still to play. A lot can happen down the final stretch of this championship game. Lonati, the first ever championship game for Milan. The first in 14 years for Zalgiris. Big stick back for Suigo.
Good finish by Suigo, good rebound, good finish, not bringing the ball down. Just grab it high and finish it right away.
A 21-point, 10-rebound double-double for him now. Kurits, interior pass was risky, and they do turn it over.
Good defense. Good defense by Milano. There was a mismatch, but he just did a great job just stealing this ball.
I just wonder, is that the kind of pass you want to be playing at this stage with 8 to 9 seconds still left on the shot clock? 20th turnover. Garavaglia, foul on Michalauskas before the shot. He wants it to count.
Smart foul. Smart foul when the ball is on the floor.
It was the last foul to use for Zalgiris. 3rd on Michalauskas. Any further defensive fouls from either team will result in free throws. 3-point shot to close the gap. 2-3.
Big shot by Omar Karim.
Only his 2nd score of the game. It keeps Milan dreaming big. Boyka on the bounce, little hesitation, runs to the baseline where he gets fouled. 81-84. A minute and 50 to play. Third foul on Garavaglia. Boyka to the line for two. Now Boyka, an 81% free throw shooter in qualifying, but he's had his troubles at the stripe in these finals. Only 6 of 15 before this trip to the line here in Abu Dhabi. And when it matters the most, he makes a pair. 12 points for Boyka. 5 the lead for Zalgiris. 100 seconds or so to play. Side skip, three-point shot. Lenati off right. Rebound Zalgiris. A score here will get them within touching distance of the trophy for the first time in 18 years. Boyka. Will he go for the kill for Zalgiris Kaunas? Boyka off the crossover for three. Off. Out of bounds. Milan ball.
They almost gave up another offensive rebound. You know, we talk about the importance of boxing out, keeping your man away from the basket.
We had a classic of a championship game in Berlin last year. A 1-point overtime win for Madrid over Inter. This has been another great championship game. Here are the next gen Euroleague finals. Taking the ring road around the defense. Not getting the bounce of the iron though, Karem.
Great defense.
Final minute. Zalgiris. If they score here, they are just about there. Boyka. He wants it in isolation against Omar Karem. Boyka with 5 on the shot clock. Here he goes, Dominas Boyka. Mid-ranger off, Milan still breathe. And they get down the floor quickly. Karem on the flyby, pulls the trigger. Can't hit the target. Rebound Zalgiris. They've been dominant on the boards.
They got a foul. They got a foul. It's a 5-point game, but I don't know.
No foul coming until the final 20 seconds.
Yeah.
55.
And they need Zalgiris to miss one. They're 15 of 23 so far today. Those players on the bench, those fans in the stands here in Abu Dhabi can sense it. They're desperate to burst out of their seats in celebration. There's the miss from Mikalauskas. Means Milan are not done yet. It'll remain a 2-possession lead, even if he hits this one. 18 points of Mikalauskas. 5 players between 11 and 19 for Zalgiris, who lead by 6. They need somebody to keep them alive here. They're not short of weapons. Lenati, the biggest of the bunch. His shot way off. And look at the celebrations over on the far side. Lenati falls to 4 of 11, having made his first 3. And Milan are not fouling. They're retreating. Trying to force a turnover. Mikalauskas will keep it. And with 3.3 to play, he will go to the line to seal it, and the celebrations can start now.
Well deserved for Zalgiris. I mean, they really fought hard all season long and deserved to win this championship. We have 3 seconds left, but we can call them champions.
They're going to go all the way for the first time since 2007. They arrived here with just 1 win in the previous 5 editions of the finals. They're going to win 3 out of 4 this year. They're going to lift the trophy, and Milan will have to wait. They will lose their first ever championship game at this level. Still no Italian winners in the 23-year history of this competition.
Big congrats to Milan as well, the organization, and how they keep the core of this team for a long time and build this culture, and now compete in the finals. Big congrats.
Zalgiris, with their trademark perennial underdog DNA, go all the way as a wild card team here in Abu Dhabi for their first Adidas Next Generation Euroleague trophy in 18 years, as they join Madrid and Cesca in an exclusive group of only 3 clubs to have ever lifted 3 or more championships. They hand Milan their first defeat of this tournament. They upset the odds yet again. And in front of...
Well deserved, man.